Was that right?
Do you agree with that?
Do you agree with that? Do I agree with that? No. I don't agree with that at all. Thank you for bringing that up, though. I love how we have a question first. I mean, no Karate Kid question, just about, you know, how you met your mother, and then your relationship with, yeah, exactly. Next question, please.
First Karate Kid question.
Okay, good.
What kind of training did you guys need to do in order to do this movie? Like, what kind, did you have to have any martial arts training? Obviously, a little bit. To do this movie, what kind of training did you have to do?
I trained about 5 weeks for the film. Pat Johnson, who trained all of us, but in different styles, and I'll hand that off to Billy and Marty in a second. But Pat Johnson played the referee in the movie. He was also our stunt coordinator and you know, karate sensei. I was trained in traditional Okinawan style, which was evident of Miyagi's, you know, backstory, and we never trained together. You know, I was always one-on-one with just me and Pat Johnson, and me and Pat Maria together, but all the boys got to, you know, train in a different kind of way, and I'll hand that off.
Right. Yeah, his took 5 weeks. I did mine in 3 days. And no, I knew no karate either coming into it. It actually was kind of a mystery when I got the audition that it was to be a black belt in karate and a motorcycle gang leader. And I kind of scoffed at it. I didn't think there was a chance that I would be considered for that just physically. So I was a wrestler in high school, so I was very limber and athlete. I was also in the drama club, so combined those two and then got on the mat. And my last audition was with Pat Johnson, who was our trainer. And I didn't know it was going to be, they told me to bring sweatpants, and I came and they brought me in a room, and he put me on pads and bent me in all kinds of impossible ways to see if I was limber, and then got on a bat phone and said something to somebody, and I went home and they called and they said I had the part. So that was the beginning of it, and then it was about 5 weeks of training, I hate to admit. But it was either the Korean style Tang Sudo, the Chuck Norris system, and it was a more aggressive fighting style. Okinawa Te is a defensive, and a Korean is more aggressive. Feet and hands. So we trained 4 hours a day, 5 days a week for the whole time of the movie, and then in between training each other, then Ralph and I would get brought together to choreograph our final fight and our fence fight and all that bit. And we trained that, you know, pretty much once a day for the whole time until we shot it at the end. And the first, we started with pads on, and we were about 2 or 3 feet away from each other, so we wouldn't accidentally hit each other. And then over time, we got closer and closer with the pads on, and then towards the end of it, pads came off, and you know, we were still, you know, within a few inches of each other, but it was a pretty well-oiled, greased fight, so we knew it was kind of automatic by that point. So anyway, it was no karate to looking like a black belt, and then they sped it up in film and added some. That's it. Marty.
And we all know that the crane kick was illegal, and that Billy was my student and a Cobra Kai student and is the Karate Kid. We've never debated that ever.
I was going to say something about Marty. Marty actually is the real Kreese. The real Marty left 20, 30 years ago.
I did. I have a complex where I trained Cobra Kai. It's north of here, and soon we'll be dominating. We've got Trump on our side. Okay.